I'm Bob Hallmark in Hopkins County today. It is Friday, and East Texas schools are preparing for Friday night football, as is our tradition here. And that goes for the school that I'm visiting today as well, Como-Pickton, which is also preparing for Friday night football. But perhaps no school has been more challenged in getting it to this point than Como-Pickton. As you might remember, and we're going to show you some pictures here, the June storms ravaged the campus here. Almost every building was damaged, and they did a superhuman job of actually trying to get the school prepared and ready for the resumption of classes August the 15th. Now, almost a month into classes, we're joined now by Superintendent Greg Bower.
Yes,
and I said it right that time, didn't I?
yes, sir.
Greg, you guys did a lot of work to prepare for this. You were ready for the September 15th start. Where are we right now? How's it going?
Yeah. We've had a lot of ups and downs over the last couple of weeks. Our biggest challenge at the start, when we were trying to prepare for school, was to see if we could get our air conditioner units in. And you guys know, as hot as it's been, that was definitely a milestone. We started off with, out of 80 something air conditioner units in our whole district, we had 42 of them that were completely destroyed and weren't working. And so, as you guys know now, with the supply chain that we have, we weren't expected to get those in until the end of October, maybe the beginning of November. And so, luckily, we got those actually before school started. Um, but so that was the sweet part of it. The bitterness of it was, though, there were all kinds of mishaps that caused us not to get those things actually running until actually just the other day. So we've been working to try to get those things. In the meantime, we've been running off of temporary air conditioner units that have been all throughout the classrooms. And those things are great and they saved us, but boy, it's just not the same thing as having an air conditioner unit up and running. So
I was about to say, so that was one particular challenge because there's just no way that you could have the kids in classrooms without air conditioning, particularly during the first part of the school year. So you did solve that problem with the temporary air
yes,
conditioners.
sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now, how have the kids responded to this? Have they bought into the idea of, we're going to do this? Maybe we're doing it with a little less now, but we are going to do this.
Yeah. So the kids have been great. They haven't. I haven't heard one complaint from a single child or parent. They know that what we had stacked against us, and I think just being able to return to a normalization where they thought that maybe we wouldn't even have school for a couple of weeks or months has been a positive thing for everybody. So the kids been great, staff's been great, and I have some great teachers and staff members that have just picked up the ball and not shown any fear to the kiddos, and I think the kids have responded from that.
Okay. Now, as I mentioned, it is Friday, and Friday night football is really priority here in East Texas. Your team has actually been practicing not only in open field but also on the stadium. You've cleaned it up enough where they can actually get practices in there, right?
Yes, sir. While we still can't hold or host any games on our field for all the facility damage that we have, the field itself, we had to really go through an undertaking to get it ready for the kiddos to practice on. You can imagine as much debris whenever you show those pictures. You see all the debris that was strewn everywhere. Inside of the field itself, there were screws and nails and glass and metal pieces all embedded up underneath that carpet of grass. And so that has taken several weeks for us to get cleared out, pulled out when we feel it's safe enough for the kids. The kids have been practicing on that now. Then also some of the blocks and bricks that came off of those destroyed buildings that were hurtled by those high winds and tornadic winds. When they hit the field, it just punctured holes all in the field itself. So we had to get it top dressed, get those holes filled in, and make sure that our kiddos are safe practicing. So that's been even having the kids practice has been tough getting that thing ready.
That brings us to the next question. Is it's a very unusual situation because you're playing your home games at Winsboro,
Yes,
and
sir.
now is the booster club and the fans, have they responded to this and been able to actually? I'm guessing the town cleans out and goes to Winsboro, I guess, when you have a home game. Is that right?
Yes, sir. It's we've had one home game so far. It was our homecoming last week, and that went well. Ready for our next one tonight, and
Mhm.
and yeah, the it's so close down the road that it's not the same, but it's about as close to it as we can get. So.
Okay. Now, one of the things that has been a particular challenge for you is, I'm guessing, is you had to get the teachers ready for this as well,
Yes, sir.
because they had to hit the ground running. I remember we came back, we saw one of the meetings that you were having, and the teachers, I'm guessing, have had to maybe make some adjustments as far as, not in their schedules, but as far as maybe the buildings that they are teaching in.
Yes,
How
sir.
is that going?
Yeah, we had several teachers that had to relocate for whatever reason. Maybe there were still some repairs going on in their classrooms, or maybe the air conditioner units weren't able to, the temporary air conditioner units weren't able to keep up with the heat that was inside of their rooms, and we had to relocate them. Um, like I said before, everybody's classroom, although it was cooling off, instead of being in the low 70s inside their class, they made it being in the upper 70s to maybe 80, 81 degrees inside their classes. So that was pretty challenging for those teachers too, trying to teach in there and deciding if we need to get those kids to a cooler place, so on and so forth. So we've overcome those hurdles, and it's a blessing to just be able to one step at a time bite off a new victory.
Good. So at some point you're going to be all the way back, and then I'm guessing that's what you're looking forward to now, and I'm sure the teachers and the kids as well, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We've got, I would say, the inside of our school is probably 75% of the way back for the main academic buildings. We've got a long way to go on our auxiliary buildings that you see.
Mhm.
Our athletic facilities are almost completely destroyed. So that's gonna take us the most of the year to maybe even going into next year to get those things ready.
All right. The good news here is that everything's going fine for the kids. They have not suffered because of this. Their education is priority, and I'm sure the good news here is that all those things are going well right
Yes, sir. Our job, the community expects us to take care of their kids, and we worked hard this summer. It's our goal just not to let them down. So,
now. All right, Greg, I appreciate that.
yes, sir.
All right. And we'll have much more on this story tonight on KLTV 7 News. For KLTV Web Extra, I'm Bob Hallmark.